What's up, everybody? Sublett and Chesco here, or Giancarlo, as he likes to go by in
Hello.
the government world. Um, so I have not actually had a lot of time to pay attention to One Piece lately. So I haven't actually read any of the cards in set three. So I know a couple of them, kind of, and that's it. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go through each of the colors. Yellow is in this video. I'm just gonna read the leaders and see how busted they sound to me. And Chesco's then gonna tell me if they're actually good or not. So this should be kind of interesting, at
Yeah,
least. Give a
kind of like a
kind of a
live,
review,
yeah, live
live
reaction
reaction
slash
review thing.
review. Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've got Charlotte Lin Lin. This is the black yellow big mom. All right, so Don 2 when attacking 4/2. So this costs 4 Don. You may
Mhm.
trash a card from your hand. If you have one or fewer cards in your life, put the top card of your deck in your life so she heals herself. I know offhand that the yellow cards are all like shield triggers and stuff. So that seems okay, but I don't think you have a lot of ability to manipulate the top of your deck. And 4 Dawn plus a discard. This card seems terrible. Uh, is this card terrible?
I wouldn't go as far as to say terrible. It is my like least preferred yellow leader. So there's three right now. If you include starter deck Big Mom, I feel like this is the worst one. You get a lot of value cards from black. You get Borsalino and Kuzan. Kuzan, 4 drop pairs really well with Katakuri 8 drop. You can neg something 4, and then Katakuri 8 drop gets rid of an 8 cost or
Spoilers.
less. Yeah,
Spoilers.
so with those two cards together, you can pretty much clear every single card in the game. I think that's a very powerful combo. Like I said, Borsalino is just a good card, like power, like just generically good card. But it is your leader is more or less vanilla until the end of the game, and her effect costs so much. You're not going to be able to establish any bombs alongside using her effect. So I feel like she is kind of just like sloppy to for lack of a better word. Like I don't know why you would play her. You like your leaders are vanilla until the last 2 turns of the game, and then you can either use her effect or play like a 10 drop Big Mom. Well, why wouldn't I just play the 10 drop Big Mom and with a better leader? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the impression I get. I know the black cards are all just giant bombs. It's kind of
Mm.
like purple, but in a different color. So like losing 4 Dawn at the beginning of a turn, so you only have 6 Dawn to play with, just doesn't sound great to me
It
personally.
yeah.
And we'll move on. We're gonna leave Arlong for green, apparently. That's what I was told to
Yep.
do by
Yeah.
Chesco there. So here we have Katakuri. This is the mono yellow leader. On one, when attacking, look it up to one life card from the top of your or your opponent's life area. Put it on the top or bottom. Then this leader gets +1 for the. This seems broken. What? This is a 7K leader. Every time you attack, you get to look at what your opponent has, and you put that jet pistol as the last life instead of the next one, or keep it there if you have no targets, or you get to look at your life with all your shield triggers. This seems insane. This is crazy, right?
Yeah, 100%. So there are some cards you want. Well, like just about so okay. From the starter deck, there's a Brule. She's like just she's a blocker, three cost 1K blocker. Trigger play this card. That's a pretty good card to have as your last life. Also,
Like a
um,
Boa Hancock.
exactly, yeah, she's like the starter deck Hancock. That's a great card to have as your last life, right? So you can look at your own life and like, oh hey, there's my Brule. I'm gonna tuck that at the bottom because I don't want to die. There's a card called Eco Sovereignty or something. I know I'm mispronouncing it, but basically it's shield trigger discard to gain a life. That's another great card to have as your last life because you just gain a life, preventing you from
It
losing the
fades the
game.
damage? It
Yeah,
just
it fit.
fades the damage?
Yes, yeah. It
Ow.
is it is
Alright.
pretty costly because you lose 3 cards total, but it's like that. Who cares if I'm not losing
You
the game
lose
this
the
turn?
game? You know how many times in
Yes.
this game I'll just have, like, 4 cards in my hand, it's the turn I need to win, I just set those on the table? I'm not
Yep.
gonna need these anymore?
Yep. And so
Wow.
again with your opponent's life as well, a lot of the times I find myself giving them an uncounterable card as their last
Mhm.
life because well, it's not going to help them. You know, let's just use Zoro for an example. If I know my opponent's, if I look at my opponent's life and it's Zoro, not only do I not want them to have it next turn because they're going to attack me with it, but it's great for that card to be the last life because then when I'm going for game, they're getting a card they can't counter with. So the life manipulation is insane. This is my pick for set 3. This is the leader I'm going to be playing, and I think he is absolutely amazing. Um,
Does he, does Does the opponent get to see the life too?
No, they don't get to see. They don't know.
How do you do this on webcam?
Well, my simple answer is that I'm not going to be doing this on webcam.
Fair enough.
Good,
All right.
good luck. That's actually I didn't even
Ha.
consider that. I have no intention of playing webcam, so I don't know how you would do this. But that's something that's
Um,
not going to be my problem.
yeah. This card seems great. I can just see the moments now when like we're commentating somebody's match and they flip up the top life. It's oh,
Yeah,
that's a big Luffy. We're putting that at the bottom.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, so yeah, that leader seems nuts. All right, we got uh wait, is this okay, so it's a vanilla stat line, no
Hmm.
counter power. Trigger, you can trash the top or bottom card of your life to play this card. This card's
Not playable.
yeah, it
Pretty
seems
bad.
awful. It's like crit yourself a damage just to, or I guess in this game it's
Yeah.
called banish. Banish yourself a damage to play a card you can't counter with. I don't think this card's very good at all.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with you.
Sorry. Sorry, King Bomb. This is a vanilla, so we're gonna move on. Sanji, why does he look like that?
I
What
think he just.
happened to him?
That's a spoiler. I don't know. You need
Why
to.
she this woman in the background in the silhouette is laughing. She just did horrible things to this man. This man has seen some things. Look at this. Good God. All right. Anyway,
Sublett
Sanji,
is on. You're
I
on Zoe, right? In the anime, you're on Zoe.
on Dressrosa.
You're on. Oh my god, bro! You need to hurry. You need to catch up, bro. You gotta. This is. You gotta catch up, bro.
I don't even know what a Vin smoke is.
Yeah, you gotta catch up,
Oh,
bro.
he's not a straw hat. What?
You gotta catch up, bro. You're missing. You're missing good stuff.
I'm getting okay. I'm getting spoiled a little bit here. It's not a straw hat. You're gonna have to explain that one to me. All right. Anyway, so we got a 2/3 with 2K counter power. Seems good. On two, when attacking, add the top or bottom card from your life to your hand. Add up to one card from the top of your deck to your life. That seems like a fine 2K to play. It's got some like fringe potential to actually be used. Otherwise, just a 2K counter. I'm not sure how many 2K counters yellow has access to, but I'm sure you probably can at least consider this card.
Yeah, it's a four of because not only like okay, so
Yeah.
like if you're like I don't like playing this card because his effect is kind of like whatever. He's easily killable to stuff like Vista and 5-drop Marco. So I don't love playing this card, but like against Law, you know how you have to play something on turn one against Law? You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I'll play Sanji, not a big deal. But the fact that he's also a searchable 2K, I mean he's an auto 4 of. His effect is not bad at all, especially in
He
starter decks,
draws
Big
a
Mom.
card. Like he literally just
Yeah.
draws a card when he attacks. It's
It,
great.
yeah, exactly. So like he's a good effect. He's just a little vulnerable to removal in certain matchups.
Yeah.
And no,
Your
but over.
leader looks at your life too. Like you could
Yep,
just put a
yeah,
card you need there and then Don two,
exactly.
swing for
Yeah,
five,
yep.
draw that card, and then stack a new card to the top for the next turn.
And you get a mystery card. So
Seems
yeah, it's a
good.
great card overall. And a 2K just makes it easy to play.
He needs a hug though.
He
This
needs a
man
hug.
really desperately needs. He's looking like Brook here. he, my man's looking like death. I'm hearing yo ho ho ho's in the background.
Yeah, yeah. He's not
Uh,
having he's not
all
having
right.
his best day.
He is not. Abin the Disposer. This card just looks ugly. I'm gonna move
Yeah,
on. It's
that
vanilla
dude's
anyway.
gross. Yep.
All right, Charlie. We got a 3/3 mermaid support. Blocker on play. Look at the top card of you or your opponent's life and place it on the top or bottom. I mean, your leader kind of just does this anyway. So unless you need blockers in the deck, I don't think you need this card, do you?
No, you don't. Did you know this is Arlong's sister?
This is sure. I could
Yeah.
believe it. There's a shark. All right,
Yeah,
we got
she's mid. She's
Charlotte
mid.
of Charlotte Oven. I know this character from the movie.
Yeah.
So he's like really pathetic ace. Three,
Yeah.
four, 1K counter. Don one when attacking. You may trash one card with trigger from your hand. This card seems awful.
Correct. Yep. Not very
Okay.
good.
Card just seems awful.
Hmm.
Uh what um just what?
I don't know. I think
What's
he's
going on here?
Marshmallow Man. I don't remember what his devil fruit is.
Um uh-huh. Uh-huh. His devil fruit is demonetization, demonetization.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. No, I mean it's a vanilla.
Ugh,
Not much to
ugh.
say.
Not much to say indeed. Not much to say indeed. All right, we got a Black Maria.
Yeah,
Cool.
she's fine.
It's
Whatever.
probably hard to play this in the world of vistas these days, but
Yeah, for two, it's
fine.
like it's just hard to play. You can get she's fine. I don't play her in my build, but I've seen like she's just a blocker.
So
There's nothing negative I want to say about her, but I just don't play
yeah,
her in my
she's
build.
fine.
Yeah,
It's a Black Maria. Black Maria is okay. It's a card to play.
yeah.
Okay, we got an SR. Here we
Oh,
go. This is Charlotte Cracker. Okay. 4/5 with counter power. Don 1 while you have less cards in your life than your opponent. This card gets double attack. Okay, so it's a 7k double attack when your opponent has less or when you have less life than them. Trigger, discard a card and play this card.
yep. There you go.
What?
Yep. So there are three of these
Dude,
total.
this card
Yep.
does not this is not just a free 5k that also happens to be a double attack 7k.
Yep. There are three of
You have
these
less
guys
life because you
total.
just took a
Because you
damage.
took a
You just
damage.
took
Yeah.
a damage.
Yeah. So the really annoying thing about
It's a
yellow,
4 of, right?
it's a four of. The more annoying thing about
Okay.
yellow is the more you pressure it, the more their board builds. There are 12 5Ks. Well, there are three. I should say there are three. And I personally play max copies of all three. 5Ks that you play from your life. And they're all amazing simply
I
for
thought
the
you
fact
didn't
that
play the
they're free.
tree.
Oh, yeah. Well, the tree sucks. He's not one of the 5Ks I'm talking about. As you can
So
see,
what you're saying is of the 5Ks that you're talking about, and only the
yeah.
ones you're talking about, you play them.
I play them, yeah.
Scripted.
So,
I love it. I love it.
right,
Very
yes.
detailed.
Anyway, this guy's a four of. Like a 4/5 body is whatever, but like just playing it on tempo is cool. He
I mean,
synergizes.
you counter with it, right? Like
I mean,
if you draw this card, you can also just play it. It's not bad.
no, it's
Going
not bad to
second,
play.
this is a
Yeah,
great turn two play.
right. Yeah, no, it's not bad to play at all. There's a lot of synergy where you like take damage or you deal damage to yourself. So
Hmm.
this you can like make this guy live pretty easily. It's a great card. Auto four of. I mean,
Yep. I mean, it's like I don't even care what these words are. This is a 5k with counter power with an
yeah,
okay cost that you just get to play.
exactly. Yeah.
The fact that these words are all upside makes this card insane.
Yep.
Ah, I don't know
Chiffon.
what I'm looking at here. This is Beige, right?
That's Beige, yeah.
Okay. And this is Beige's
That's his
wife,
wife. Chiffon, yeah.
and
That's their kid.
his child already has.
A cigarette, yeah.
Is this? I think that's a pacifier. I
It
think he has
might
a
be.
cigar pacifier,
It's pretty
and
cool.
I love the fact that he is like freshly shaven, but not freshly enough.
Yeah, his 5 o'clock shadow.
This is some family dynamic there. All right, so we got a 2/3 with no counter power.
Yeah.
Ugh. On play, trash the top or bottom card of your life. Face up to one card from the top of your deck on your this no.
Not very good. As you
No.
can see, immediately the Sanji is just better in every way.
Better.
And
Like I get the point of this card. You look at the top of your life with your leader and you're like, "Man, that
yeah.
card's bad." But I
Yeah.
don't want to put it on the bottom of my life because I need counter power or something later.
Yeah.
So let's just clean it off. This has
Nah.
no counter power. If this was a 2K, it'd be an auto include. If this was a 1K, you'd consider it. With no counter
Yes.
power, this card seems like garbage.
It's unplayable.
All
That is
right.
correct.
Charlotte Smoothie. Okay, this is a 4/5. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 4/5 with trigger. I'm already scared. I'm triggered already. I mean, I'm just gonna skip the words. You may discard one card from your hand, play this card.
Yep. Here's one of the other ones. This one's amazing. This
All right.
is in my
When
opinion the
attacking.
better one.
This is better than the SR. Okay.
In my
When
opinion,
attacking,
yes.
all right, when attacking, you may add one card from the top or bottom of your life from your hand. This character gains plus 2k power for
Yeah.
okay. So
So
this allows the other one to be live.
yeah, they synergize
And then
together
they're
really well. Yeah.
both 7Ks.
Then they're both 7Ks.
For the
Correct.
low investment of your opponent made the mistake of playing the game and attacking.
That is correct. She might not like be
Okay.
better, but it's just like her ability and it like comes up more
Okay.
often because
These
you're
words.
yeah, you're playing so many heals that it's like I don't necessarily obviously like games I'm losing I have less life, sure, but
Heals.
like there's
They're
a
heals
lot
too.
of
Oh,
their
don't ruin
heals,
it.
yeah.
Don't ruin it.
There's so many games where like Cracker's effect just isn't live and he's like a free beater, which is great, don't get me wrong. But like her effect is always live. And when I'm pushing for game, like making her a 9K is just very easy because you equip 2, swing, take a life. Now she's a 9K, and it's like 9 is huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, if there's like a boss monster on your top life, your leader can tuck it to the bottom, and then you
Yep.
always have access to it with this card.
Exactly. Yep.
It's pretty cool. This card's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. Mermaid support. Mermaid support.
Mermaid support.
Charlotte Pudding. Hey, this is the regional card, right?
No, the regional card's the 2K.
This is a 2K.
No, I meant 2K counter power. Excuse me.
All right. That third eye is intimidating, and
Yeah.
the goo monster is disturbing. Wait, is this why Sanji looked so sad? Is it the goo monster? What did the goo monster do to
The
Sanji?
Goo Monster. I honestly have no idea what that little thing is. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea.
All right. So this is a 1/2 on play. Look at 4 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal a Big Mom other than Charlotte Pudding or a Sanji and add it to your hand. Then put the rest in the. So this is just Nami, but they took 1 card away from the top search.
Yeah, I don't know why
You
this search is
you play
for.
4 of this. You
That
play
is
4 of this, right?
this search.
Like this.
Yeah, this searches
This card's broken.
every single card in your deck except for one, and I
Okay.
don't understand why it only searches 4. But who cares? It never whiffs because every single card in your deck is searchable except for one. It's just a
Yep.
Nami. Obviously, you play 4 of it. Yes.
You obviously play 4 of it. I'm guessing there's an SPR as well.
I don't know. Actually, maybe, probably.
All right. Hero Spare. Oh, this dude is so disturbing looking.
He
I've seen this
is.
weird freak with
Yeah,
his tongue.
he's a
Three
freak. This is
five SR, no counter. Oh god, you can discard 1 card from your hand, play this card. No counter makes him less good
balanced.
to me, but
I agree.
like he's also a 3/5, so he's fine. You're okay having this in your hand because you can just
Yeah.
play it. On KO, look at 3 cards from the top of your deck, reveal a Big Mom, add it to your hand. What?
Yeah.
Why does he
So
have this effect? Why
so
does he have this?
if you're going second on turn 2, this is like the better curve in my opinion than just playing a 4 cost. You equip 1 Dawn to your leader, swing, use your leader effect, and then play Parasparrow. Parasparrow then is like hard to attack because he replaces himself, but you want your opponent to attack him, so he basically like stops the damage and then also replaces himself. So like just yeah, fantastic card. I'm at 4 right now. The
Yeah,
fact
this is
that
a
you
card
can
that you just play and attack with every time. You never have to think, do I
yep.
attack with Paro Sparrow?
Yeah, you always
You
attack
just
with
do.
Parasparrow, yeah. Because like what's the worst thing that can happen? They attack it instead of my leader and then I get a 1K counter. Like, okay, cool, that's awesome. You know what I mean?
Or a boss monster. This doesn't have like a level
No,
restriction
I'm
on it.
saying I'm saying that's like the worst case scenarios. I get just like a 1K off it. The best case is yeah, I get like my 10 drop off
Oh
it and I'm
yeah.
like, cool. Now I have a play next turn, which is to slam my 10 drop.
All right. Well, this card's insane.
Yep.
Um, he should not have any of this. I'm surprised they didn't just give him counter power anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, just like the final
Um,
nail in the coffin.
yeah. Just all right. We got a 10, 12. All right. So I think when I think of a 10, 12, I think of Big Kaido. Is
Yeah.
this going to be on the level of Big Kaido? On play, if your leader card has the Big Mom Pirates type, which Katakuri does, place up to 1 card from the top of your deck at the top of your life. Then trash 1 card from your opponent's.
Yeah. Yep. 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 It's
E-
yep.
Ex, excuse me? Hold on, hold on, hold
Yeah.
on, hold on, wait.
Yep.
I read that wrong. There's an or there, right?
Hmm.
Um, if you're so this heals you
Yep.
and crits your opponent.
Deal
It
one,
doesn't
deal
even give
one.
it to their hand. It banishes the life.
Yep. Yep.
Dude, do you just like is this like Whitebeard? If you play a second one, it's just over? Is this the
Uh,
Siege Rhino of the deck? Is
this
the
is
second Big Mom in the game?
this is your Siege Rhino. Yeah. Except for your deck plays 12 Siege Rhino or like maybe like 10 Siege Rhino. Because
Jesus Christ.
there's more boss monsters. Yeah. I mean this card is
It's a
just
four
like
of?
this is a 4 of yeah. It's like slow and cloggy, but like the effect is just too real, and the fact that like it's really hard to just pressure yellow in the early game because you're playing cards out of your life, and it's really
Mhm.
hard to just push yellow because like you attack me, okay, I play Parasparrow. Now I have an attacker to attack your attacker. You know what I mean? So it's like it's just yeah, this card's like borderline unfair. Like this card is like
Dude,
probably the best card in the game in the deck. Yeah, this is the best card in the deck.
this stat line is so hard to remove as it is.
It
Black
is, yeah.
still has a hard time clearing 10s,
Hmm.
and like a 12, red has to shrink this with a round table
Yeah.
just to respect it. So like the thing that balanced Big Kaido, when you think about Big Kaido, is that you
Hmm.
couldn't play a second one the next turn, even if you wanted to, unless you ignored his effect the first turn, which meant it was just a vanilla. This card you want to play turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, and turn 8.
Yeah.
And if you spend your whole game plan choking your opponent's resources and killing their cards, then you start playing this bull crud and it just crits your opponent's life.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. Fair
It's
card.
it's
Fair card.
it's pretty.
You
It's
said there's
easy
like
to.
4 more of these? Great. Oh
Yeah.
god, there's an uh-oh.
It's easy
Uh-oh.
to choke.
All right,
It's
we'll
easy
get to
to
him in a
choke your
second.
opponent's resources. Yeah, it is.
I bet it is. All right. So, here's a 2K. We've got Struzen.
Struyson,
Yep.
Strusen, something like that.
Struzen. On play, you may trash one card with trigger from your hand, KO one of your opponent's 1 cost or less. This is a fine 2K. This is a
Yeah,
2K with potential upside. I think you play this card.
you do. Yep, yep. It's like it's one of
Yeah,
those things.
seems
It's
good.
like, oh, I have to play this against Law because I have to be able to attack Bonnie, right? I have to play
You don't
this,
even need to attack Bonnie. This kills Bonnie.
right? Yeah. So this would kill like something else, like the Nami or the Chopper or whatever, right? So yeah, and then you can actually, um, when we get to the Katakuri, I'll talk about some of the plays you can make with this Struyson. Yeah.
Yeah, this card's great. All right.
Yep.
Shirahoshi, this is a 5 cost 0. This has to be broken, right?
Mm,
On play, draw 3, trash 2. So it's Graceful Charity. Trigger play this card.
yep.
Oh, you play 4 of this. You just
Yes,
counter with it if you draw it.
that is correct. It is
Yeah,
horrible
you
to
play 4 of this.
play.
This card's insane.
Yep. If you draw it, like I don't I've yet to pay 5 for this. I usually just would rather equip 5 to my leader and swing. But yeah, no, off the trigger, it's amazing. And then this is in my opinion the best card in conjunction with 8-drop Katakuri. So it's just super good card.
We'll get there in a second. But
Yep.
yeah, Graceful Charity
It's just
for
graceful
free
charity.
in a
Yeah, for
game
free.
Graceful Charity for free in a game that requires energy or
Yep.
mana or resource or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Mermaid support.
Mermaid support.
All right.
Can't wait for
This
that
is
mermaid deck.
it's like Weepy Hoshi, right?
Yeah, Crybaby Shirahoshi, yeah.
Weepy Hoshi is what they said in the English. I
Yeah.
don't watch the subbed. All right, Napoleon. Is this her hat?
That's her hat, yeah.
Okay, her hat is sentient apparently. It's a 3/3 with counter power. Trigger play this card. These are all great things to see. Activate main. You may rest this card up to one of your Charlotte Linlin gain +1 until the start of your next turn. Uh Up to one of your Charlotte Linlin. Can you buff your leader? Like if you play the
Yeah.
black yellow one, you
If
can buff
you
your leader until the start of your next turn.
Yeah, you can
Okay, so you don't play this in Katakuri, but you play this in Big Mom.
I don't know that you do. It feels kind of weak, like
Dude, it's Sensu Bean's your leader. What do you mean weak? It
I
plays
don't
for
know.
free.
It feels like a little slow. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's whatever. Yeah, making your leader as a
Well,
6K
if
is
it's
nice.
free.
Well, yeah, but it might
Uh,
not always be free.
wow.
Anyway, yeah, it's a good card for sure.
And yes, Shirahoshi might not always be free, but we already talked about how you just counter that crud.
Yeah, yeah, I know, you're right. It just I don't know.
This this is a card that you can play from your hand for 3, and you
Yeah.
pseudo get the counter power because your opponent's going to
Yeah.
burn an attack on it,
I like
and you
the
still buffed your leader. Like instead of holding this in your hand to counter
right,
from
yeah.
one attack,
You just
you
play
play it
it.
and it counters from
Yeah.
every attack.
Right. There's like
Now, this
I want to
card's
say
good.
there's like 3 of these little dudes and they all have like I think the Cloud is the best one. We'll
I
get to
guess
the
the
starter
cloud's a
deck.
starter deck.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, we'll
get to
get
the
to the
starter
starter
deck
deck.
too.
All right. Ikoku Sovereignty. This is a 2 cost counter. Up to one of your leader or characters gains 5. What do you mean gains 5? This is supposed to
Yeah.
be 4.
Yeah, they
Fair.
switched
Fair.
this and Pudding switched their little numbers for some reason.
Broken. That's a great switch.
Yeah.
I'll take that switch every day. Trigger. You may discard 2 cards from your hand. Oh, this is the one that fades a damage.
Fades of damage. Yeah. So this is the best
Dude, you just
this
play 4 of this.
that is
You don't
correct.
care where this is at. You
That
are
is correct.
happy wherever this is at as long as it's not just in your deck. Like you're
Yep.
so happy to have this card.
Yep. No, I
This is
agree.
dumb.
This is
This
like
card
the
is this isn't
best.
even the rare. This is an
No.
This is dumb,
Yeah, this is like the best last life. Basically, it's just super strong
dude.
as your last life.
You have to you have to swing on Katakuri with 10. 9 is
Yep.
not good enough.
Uh-uh.
Okay, fair, fair. Um, Buzzcut Mochi. This is Katakuri attacking. This is the rare. This is supposed to be better than that other one.
Hmm.
Main. If you have less life than your opponent, KO one of your. It's a king.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's it's a 2-cost king
Yeah.
without the body. All right. Trigger. Play a character with a cost of 4 or less with trigger from your hand. Ha! I can't play Shirahoshi.
Yeah.
They did
Oh
that on
yeah.
purpose. You can
Yeah.
play your other guys though. You play this card, right? You play at least 2 of this card, right?
I don't play any of it because I play Thunderbolt
There's
instead.
better
But
than this.
I mean, it's debatable whether it's better. But yeah, I play Thunderbolt instead, which we'll get to. But like this card is fine.
Let's
This would
Jesus
be like
Christ.
an amazing.
This is amazing.
This would be a
It's
great sideboard card.
the worst card I've read so far in all of this was like this tree, which is a free 5K.
Yeah. Baby
Also
Shifa.
compare this tree to the SR.
Yeah. Yeah, the budget version is
Wait,
much worse.
wait. I never. This is a homie.
Homies, yeah, that's what you call big moms, like little spirit creatures, homies.
He's a homie.
He's
Oh
a
man,
homie,
pour one
bro.
out for the home. Pour one out for the homie. This is probably the worst card I've seen so far.
Yeah, I
This is
think so.
amazing.
Yeah, it's a
Wow,
great.
yellow's nuts.
Yeah.
All right, Tropical Torment. Cost 3. If your opponent has 4 or more life, place the top card of your opponent's life in their trash. Okay. Trigger activate this card's main effect. So I don't think you actually play any of this card, but if you wanted to do a pure starve out strategy that revolved around the 10 drop, you would play this card. But I don't think that you want that. So like this card reads broken, but when you think about it a little bit more, it's not because your opponent has to have 4 or more life. I don't think this card's played.
That's correct.
It reads ridiculous though.
Mm-hmm. There's like a better version in the starter deck.
That terrifies me. All right. Thunderbolt. Okay, you said this card was good. Cost 2, main. Trash a card from the top of your life. Ugh. KO one of your opponent's cost of 5 or less. All right. Trigger KO one of your opponent's cards of 5 or less. Oh.
So it's just Jet Pistol, yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you're right. This is better.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, like trashing life is a huge cost, but if you think about Cracker, it's like, well, I'm synergizing with Cracker now. I get to kill my opponent's blocker, like their Marco, for example, and then I get a double attack. So it's like it is a huge cost, but like it's always active too. And then that trigger again, because you can manipulate your life, you can make this, you can put this on the bottom of your life, and I can basically not exactly jet pistol, but I can like get a jet pistol off of my life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean this card seems fine. My issue with it is that the cost is to trash a life. So if you had 0 life, this is just unplayable completely.
That yeah, no, that's true.
So
So
you
like
can't even like clear a blocker with it,
yeah,
whereas the other one can. But I like this card's trigger effect better, and I like the other card's main effect better.
yep, yeah, that's pretty reasonable. But I think I only played two of this. I don't think your deck like you don't really in my experience you don't need a lot of removal because you usually have more battle cards, so you can just attack your opponent's character cards with your character cards.
All right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. But I mean, its trigger effect is insane, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So that's good. And then Katakuri. This is a secret rare. That's
Mhm.
concerning. All right, 8/8. That's that's an okay stat line. On play, put up to one character that cost 8 or less on the top or bottom of its owner's life area face up. Does this just kill your opponent's card?
More
This is
yeah.
just
So very
more or
often
less like you just give them their boss monster on the bottom of their life that they can't counter with.
yep, you if you put it on the top of your life, you can then follow up with a 10 cost Big Mom to crit it.
Oh, you can
So
heal yourself with this.
that's what I'm talking about with Shirahoshi. So you want to get a Shirahoshi early game, and then you play Katakuri, you put back your Shirahoshi, you get a free life, so you take a free damage, and then you get a Graceful Charity off. So that's the best. That's the best card to put back with Katakuri. You can also kill blockers with Streusand, and then put Streusand on top of your life to get a 2K. And then you get a 2K and a life. Basically, you take a free damage.
If you're in a grind, you can even loop these. Like if you have two of them and your
Yeah,
opponent's like in a very low resource game on both players,
yeah,
you could put the other Katakuri back in your life with this effect. Then when they
yep,
attack you, you get it back, and just keep cycling like that.
yep. That's true.
So
And
you get like an infinite life grind if you need
yep,
it.
yeah. So I mean, it's just a strong card. There's a lot of combos, and then
I
again,
like it.
like yeah, if you don't have like let's say your opponent has a 7-drop ace, right? And they're playing Whitebeard, it's like
Not
okay, I can
anymore.
put
They don't
right exactly. I can put that on the bottom of their deck so that they don't immediately get it
like.
with their leader's effect, or I can put it on top of their deck and then they get it at the end of their turn and they just can't counter with it. That's just like one example. It's a seven
Okay.
STO7.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't run four of that Katakuri, but he seems really
Nah.
good.
Yep.
All right. All right. Then the starter deck. I also haven't read this. This is Big Mom. Dawn 2 when attacking. Add one card from the top or bottom of your life to your hand. Then, if your life is at 2 or less, pull one card from your hand at the top of your life. So in the early game, she draws cards. In the late game, she replaces cards, so you put your good triggers back on top.
Mhm.
She seems okay. Like I don't. Carter Curry just
Yeah.
seems better to me, but card
Yeah.
seems fine.
The thing I really like about Katakuri is that he's really good in yellow mirrors because controlling your opponent's life is just going to be very important. If the top card of their life is a trigger that I don't want them to have, I can bottom life it. If the top card of life is a 10-drop Big Mom I don't want them to have, I can bottom life it and then crit it with Big Mom later. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like
Yeah.
controlling your opponent's life is so relevant in the mirror that like I feel like Katakuri is immediately the best answer.
Yep. Okay, that's a vanilla. All right, here's another Katakuri. He's a 4/6, no counter power. 4/6 is a very good stat line, though. That's a
Mm-hmm.
vanilla stat line. On play, look it up to one life card from the top of your or your opponent's life area and put it either on the top or bottom. Then, if you have less cards in your life than your opponent, this card gains a rush. Dude, there are so many good cards. I don't know if there's room in the deck for this, but this effect is crazy.
Yeah, I've seen him played. I currently am not running any copies. Like when we talk
He's
about Rush,
reach.
no, yeah, I was just gonna bring that up. We talk about Reach, but it's like, but I like just have so much Reach. Like every time I take a damage, I can get a body. I don't need Reach a lot of the time because I'm actively like this is like a real deal control deck. Like I clear my opponent's board, starve them of resources, and crit their life. So a lot of the times I'm not like clamoring, and it's like it's really hard for him to end the game because he only works if I have less life, right? So if we both have 0 life, then he doesn't have rush. So like he's like conditional rush, not like he
Yeah.
doesn't always have it. So like he just ends up being a little clunky. He's not a bad card, but it's just like there's so many situations where it's like I have no time to play this. Like
Yeah, no, like I was saying, like you just have better options. He's
I do
great. This is a
think,
great card. I think you just
yeah,
have better options. But he's
I
something. If side decking existed,
well, we're gonna get at some point in set 3. There are 2 more starter decks coming out. He is really good in the yellow Yamato leader because she takes her own life. So
mm,
you just turbo down really quick to 2 life and then swing in with Katakuri a lot. Like he's really good in the yellow Yamato leader. So he will be good eventually, but like right now he just doesn't have a home.
yep. All right, this man is a snack.
That boy's a snack.
So he's a snack. 5/6. That scarf is what makes it. That's what
Yeah.
does it for me. He's a 5/6. No counter power. Don 1 when attacking. Add a life. Character gains banish. This is a starter deck card. This is not playable, right?
Yeah, it's too slow, too like clunky. It doesn't do enough. Yeah.
Just unnecessary.
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much.
you're a boss monster deck. I can't waste my non-counter power slots on something
That's
this pathetic.
that's correct.
Daifuku. Okay, this is a four. Wait, which one is it? Where's that?
Uh
Where's this genie coming from?
it's the dude's head, bro. You can see his like head in his hair.
Look what his
Go.
hands are doing. Look
Yeah,
where
he
this is coming from.
he has a genie fruit,
What's
bro.
What's going on here? Why is the genie fruit located exclusively in his crotch, and why does he have
It's
to do this hand motion to get the genie to come out of his crotch?
it's on his side.
That sir, look at the
I
picture.
think
Look at
I
the
think
face. Look
I'm
at the
looking at
face he's
it.
making. Why are his hands doing this,
So if I remember correctly, Katakuri is a triplet, and this is one of them. I think.
sir?
Yes.
This is okay. All right. Look, I'm asking some important questions here. Anyway,
It's
he's
not
a
that important.
it. I think it is. I think it is. This is a children's card game. 4/5 plus 1K power, counter power. Don one. Add a card. Place a card from the top of your deck on your life. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Yeah. Whatever. It's too slow. Vanilla.
Uh, yeah, that's a vanilla. A brulee. I remember her from the movie too.
Yep.
This is yeah. No, this is a good card. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
This is just the boa Hancock you were talking about earlier.
Yep. And it's better in yellow because you can manipulate where it goes into your life. Again, this is like a great card to have as your last life.
Hmm.
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Pudding. It's a 2/3 with the weird monster thing. The third eye I see is hidden by the bangs. That's a good
Hmm.
call. 2K counter. Look it up to one life card from the top of your opponent's life and put it either at the top or bottom. So, like, this effect isn't very important in Katakuri. In Big Mom, you would probably play this card over other options.
Hmm.
But I feel like in Katakuri, like, you just don't need this unless you need more 2Ks. I think the one drop and the Sanji just are better 2K options. So that's what I
No,
think when I look
I
at it.
mean, yeah, I think you just max out on 2Ks. I mean, there's only three
Oh,
right
so
now
you
in
do
yellow.
play this?
Yeah, you just
Okay, so
you
you do play this as well? Okay.
yeah, it's pretty much just a 2K. Like again, like it's just
Is it just purple logic? You just want
you just
2K
play
counters and boss
2Ks.
monsters? Is
Yeah.
that just how it works? All
Yeah,
right.
it's a
Fair
much
enough.
more consistent purple, yeah.
All right. We've got I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Mr. Door's name here.
Mont d'Or.
3/4. He's got that cool trigger effect to play him,
Hmm.
but he's only a 3/4 stat line. Activate main, rest this, and add the top or bottom life to your hand. Deal one of your opponent's three or less. That's not a bad effect, but I don't think
Nah, he's not very playable.
it's a tough call, man. It's a tough call.
Yeah. I don't think it's that. Yeah, I would just I don't think he's playable realistically.
That's fair. Oh, we got a boss monster. Oh god. All right, 7/8. That's a great stat line.
Yep.
7/9 would be better, but whatever. On play, your opponent chooses one of the following effects: trash one life from the top of your opponent's life, or put one card from the top of your deck at the top of your life.
Yep.
Wait, this is just the 10 drop, but light. This is 10 drop light. This is
Yeah,
diet 10
so
drop. Your
yeah.
opponent gets to pick. I don't like that, but they lose regardless of what they choose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So if your opponent's at zero life, this doesn't really have an effect because they'll just choose to lose a life and then nothing happens. But you're usually just playing it before that point anyway. It's a very like really well statted card. You can always play it before 9 drop Whitebeard, and it like competes pretty evenly with 9 drop Whitebeard, especially if you drop a second one back to back. So
Well, I
it's
mean,
just
a
a
1 down investment, you're a 9, so that answers the
right.
Whitebeard buff on your opponent's leader really well.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, it just no, it's a great card. I think I'm playing three of it just because it's not quite as good as the 10 drop, but I mean, back to back sevens is still incredibly strong. It's so detrimental to trash one of your own life. You're more than likely going to be picking your opponent gains a life, and that's just really
Cool.
good. Yeah,
That's a huge detriment too. You just given your opponent another
I
free
know.
body.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we got Zeus. I thought Zeus was Nami.
You got to watch the damn anime, bro. You're so behind. You got to watch the anime.
He's a homie. I know
He's
he's
a
the homie.
homie. He's the homie,
All
bro.
right, so you got he's a 3/3. Oh, this is like her hat, isn't it?
Yeah,
Activate main, rest this card up to one of your. So you can give your leader banish.
yeah. Yeah, this is the one I like the best
It's cool.
because you're inherently making your leader a 7K. And this is the one I like the best because the 7K ban is just good. And then it just says Lin Lin, right? So you can give it to your 8 drop, your 10 drop. Like, I think you
Yep.
only play it if your leader's Big Mom. But the fact that I can make my 12K a banish as well is just like icing on the cake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um.
Baron
Okay.
Tamago, he's an egg.
he is something, that's for
Yep.
sure. Prometheus. This is a 3/3. Play this card. This must be another one of Big Mom's homies.
Mm-hmm. It's double
Activate
attack.
main. Rest this card. Give it double attack. Okay, so the dream is you have all three of her homies on the board, and they make
Yeah.
her a double attack 6K banish base, and then you put all of your Dawn on her, and you banish 2 damage, and now you've turned your leader into Yamato from
Yep.
set one. Um. Okay.
Vanilla.
Uh. Soul Pocus. This is disturbing.
Yep.
Um, I love it when like the manga's got the Japanese characters and then it just turns into English. That's
Yeah.
that's
She
when you
says
know things are
what's
bad.
what's funny is in the Japanese dub, she says it in English exactly like it's portrayed here. It's funny.
Okay. This costs 5, so you probably don't play this card. Main, your opponent chooses one of the following effects. Oh, it's just the Big Mom. I mean,
Yeah.
this is
So
broken if you flip it off of the life, but like,
well,
how
it's
reliably is this card in your life?
it is specifically good in Big Mom because Big Mom manipulates her hand in your life. So the leader picks up a life and then puts this down. So it is good in this in only the Big Mom deck. In Katakuri, it's not very good, but in the starter deck Big Mom, it's a good card.
All right. Yeah. Then we've got Power Mochi. Okay. Counter. Up to one card from the top of yours or your opponent's life. Put it on the top or the bottom. And your leader gets +2. Trigger, draw one. Look at one card. I don't think you need this card.
Nope. No, it's a starter deck card. Just whatever.
Yeah, it's a starter deck card. Oh, they get a field spell. Queen Mama Chanter. It's a homie. The ship is alive.
The ship is alive. Yeah,
All right. Well, he's a homie. You know how it is. So we got a
he's a
two
homie.
cost. For the trigger, play this card. This, God, I wish Onigashima said this. God, I wish Onigashima said this. Activate main. Rest this stage. You may add one card from the top or bottom of your life area to your hand. Place one character with 3 costs in. Oh, this is really good with the homies.
Yeah, so that's kind of the
You
theme they're
protect the
going for.
homies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
the
you
theme
get
they're
to
going
protect the
for.
homies with this.
I don't think it's
Ah,
good
this makes
enough.
that this makes the dude that buffs your leader for the turn cycle really good.
Uh,
Like I wouldn't play it.
yeah,
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't play it if I'm playing Katakuri, which if I'm gonna play any of these,
nah,
Katakuri
yeah,
seems like the best one. But if
yeah,
I'm playing Big Mom, I'm obviously there to have a good time anyway.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I want my leader to be Whitebeard every turn.
Yeah, I think there's like a homey version of the deck. I don't know. It just seems less good than like the regular version. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, now having seen all the cards, I think that Black gives you cost manipulation, which makes your Katakuri and your Lightning Thunderbolt thingy, your
Yep,
Thunder Gun better.
yep,
But 4 life is a huge detriment to a deck that's security control. So I think Katakuri is probably the best one. These
yep.
yellow cards seem insane, dude.
Yeah, I think they have to be
Are all
like
the other
they're
colors up to this par? Jesus.
no. So the reason yellow has to be so good is because this is its first set, and every other thing
Yeah.
has 3 sets. So it kind of has to like swing really hard out of the gate in order to catch up. So I
It's
mean,
swinging pretty hard.
they're swinging pretty hard. Now I'm a huge fan of yellow. That's the deck I'm going to be playing in set 3, Katakuri specifically. I just really like the way it plays. It just seems very good, and so yeah. I mean, I'm just looking forward to playing this. You know what I mean?
That's broken. Now we need to read another color and
Yeah,
probably won't be as crazy as this one was. But
yeah.
thanks everybody for joining us for this one. We'll post the next video of the next color pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Thank you for watching. Like, comment,
Like
subscribe. Stay tuned for more stuff, and have a good day.